At the conclusion of video 2 for the gasoline, your worksheet will look like this. And then for the next day, what you'll want to do is come in and do this again. So if you're on schedule with the class, the first day was Monday the 23rd, then Tuesday the 24th, tomorrow will be the 25th. If at any time you get behind, you can simply copy these numbers down. If you missed this particular day, or if you missed this day, you go ahead and get caught up based on these numbers that I have here. And so we're going to do that each day this week, is to keep track of these gasoline prices for these western states. Go ahead and keep doing that. For video 3, what we'll want to do is go ahead and create a new sheet by hitting that plus, and then give it the name Medford Prices. We're going to take a look at the prices in Medford, Oregon over a month's period of time. And then go ahead and click on the new worksheet. And this is the information you will want to enter. What we have here are the gasoline prices for Medford, Oregon for a 1-month period of time. So you're going to create these 3 column headings and then put in these dates, and this is the price per gallon for those dates. Now when you're doing these dates, you don't have to type this in for every day. So let me go back and delete these. So all you need to do is go ahead and type in the 8/26, enter, and then use the fill handle that we have used to copy in previous assignments, and just drag that down, and it'll automatically fill in the dates. And then go ahead and type in price per gallon. So I'll leave it right here so you can pause the screen and get those entered, and then I'll scroll to get the remaining values. Next, we are going to create a chart. Now, the charts we have been creating have been column charts, and that is the column graph, which was great to use to compare items to one another. For example, when we were doing the fair animals, we were comparing the sale price of various animals and using a column chart to analyze that information. But in this particular situation, we have data that's changing through time. And when something's changing through time, it's more effective to use a line chart. So we create it in a similar fashion as we did with the column chart, but this time we make a different selection. So let's go ahead and select our prices, insert, and this time we're going to skip over that column and come on down to a line chart. And this is going to give us a picture of the data that's just a little bit easier to tell a story about. As you will see here, we're going to choose the first one. And so now you can see a much more interesting picture of the relationship as prices are changing on a daily basis. There are some noticeable things here where there's some big drops from in a 1-day period of time as far as the price of that gasoline. So in some cases here we have a 10-cent drop, and then all of a sudden it comes back up for whatever various reasons. So the price of gasoline is interesting in the different economic events throughout the world that cause these prices to change. And so a line chart is just a really good way to show change over time. Now right away we can see that this 1 through 30 here is not all that interesting to us as far as the change through time. It doesn't really indicate time. It's just the numbers of the values that we entered. So we need to, as we did before, select the data and go through and make that x-axis represent the dates of those gasoline prices. So we'll go ahead and select data. Here's the x-axis, the horizontal category. Click Edit. And then what we need to do is select the dates that correspond to that series of values. And there's all the dates listed. Next up, very similar to what we did before, we need to put some titles in. And then we can go to our quick layout. I'm going to go with layout 10, but I'm going to delete the legend. We've got our date, price per gallon. Now for the remainder of this assignment, I'd like you to go through and modify this a little bit. Maybe put a nice background on here, change the color of the line, and maybe even change the color of some of these titles here. And just practice with some of the different settings that you can adjust within this program. And then of course we want to place it, we want to move the chart, place it on its own worksheet. And we're going to call this Medford line chart. And there it is. Finish that up, have me come by and take a look at that.